What if you could have a career where the opportunities are as vast as our nation, where it's not about mission statements, but a shared mission? At U.S. Customs and Border Protection, we go beyond to protect more than borders. From ship to shore, air to ground, cities to local communities, CBP agents and officers are keeping people safe. Join U.S. Customs and Border Protection and go beyond for something far greater than yourself. Learn more at cbp.gov/careers.
The mighty and resilient Merrimack River, carving through the communities of our great region. My name is Linda Lorden, proud president of Merrimack County Savings Bank, and like the river that serves as our namesake, we're a constant yet ever-changing presence. Because to us, it's bigger than banking. It's about powering communities and putting people first. It's about knowing where you came from and where you're going. That's Merrimack style. Visit us at themerrimack.com.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode. In today's podcast, I'm going to talk about some tricky pronunciations, the ish suffix, but let's start with some accent help from man's best friend. Section 1. 3 ways to develop a better British accent with the help of your dog. My sister is a foster carer for dogs. On a regular basis, she provides a temporary home for dogs who have been abandoned or given up by their owners. It's hard work, but extremely rewarding to see these dogs go from scared and depressed to confident, loving animals again. If you're the lucky owner of a dog, as well as providing excellent company, dogs can be a helpful accessory with your British accent training. Dogs love attention. Dogs are man's best friend and they'll listen to you for hours. It's totally normal to sound completely ridiculous when you're talking to your dog. You ask questions in a silly voice and your tone and pitch is far from your regular speech patterns. But that's okay, and you should embrace this exaggeration and stupidity. When you start learning a new accent, you're going to hear sounds that are completely unfamiliar to you. They simply may not exist in your native language. Be prepared to sound silly and unnatural as you learn the pronunciation of these new sounds. Just pretend you're talking to your dog. Exaggeration is also helpful to bring in more emotion and lyricism to your English speech. Exaggerate away in the company of your pooch and then dial it down in your everyday speech. Dogs love exercise. Walkies are a great opportunity to focus on your learning. Through headphones, you can surround your senses with the sounds of the British accent. Queue up a number of my audio tutorials on your smartphone before you leave the house. All my courses are available online, so as long as you've got an internet connection, you can access the audio and video during your daily walks. Dogs love mixing with other dogs. You've got some great small talk opportunities with fellow dog owners and walkers. If you're nervous, prepare some stock questions and answers and practice them in advance. The great thing is that these are time-limited interactions. It won't be long before your dog's pulling on the lead to move along and your chat comes to an end. Having an out to a conversation really takes the pressure off. So there you go, there's 3 ways your dog can be your personal accent assistant. Enjoy your walkies. Section 2. Why is it literally so tricky? Now, there are some words that are really quite tricky to pronounce in British English. Words like literally, literature, secretary, regularly, preliminary. Why? Because there are so many syllables, it can make your head spin and your tongue tied. But here's a quick tip that can help saying some of these words a little easier. I should put the next 5 steps in the show notes so you can read along as you listen. It will make it easier to understand and follow. 1. Find the R in the word. So, in the word literally, there's an R in the middle. Number 2, look for the consonant that precedes it. So, in that word, it's the T. Number 3, eliminate the vowel that sits in between. So, in this example, it's the E. Number 4, form a consonant cluster with that consonant. So, it'd be a TR, tra. Number 5, you've now got a shorter, easier to pronounce word. Literally, 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 literally. So literature becomes literature, literature. Secretary, secretary becomes secretary, secretary, secretary. Regularly, regularly becomes regularly, regularly. Preliminary, preliminary becomes preliminary, preliminary. So literature, we've got the TR, same as literally. The secretary becomes the TR again, secretary, secretary. The regularly is the LR consonant cluster, regularly. And preliminary is the NR consonant cluster, preliminary, preliminary. So would you like some practice of consonant clusters? I've got a module for that in the Ultimate RP British Accent Learning Resource, which you can get as part of the British Accent Bundle at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Section 3. I'm super insecure about my accent. This is from a Reddit reader. They say, I have to speak my second language every day, in school too. No one's ever mocked me, but I hate it when people bring it up. It makes me feel so bad about myself. I avoid social interactions altogether, and I'm super hard on myself if I misspeak or mispronounce something in class or in front of people. I feel like bursting into tears. It makes me feel stupid. Everyone always says that accents make people stand out and more interesting, but that's never made me feel any better. I don't want to stand out all the time. I want to blend in. That's pretty hard at school because public speaking or just participating in class discussions involves me using my voice, and I feel like everyone's silently judging me. Do those feelings resonate with you? If it does, I want you to know that you're not alone. Many people share these feelings, and it's completely normal to struggle with confidence when speaking in a second language. Here are a few tips to help you overcome these challenges and start feeling more comfortable with your British accent. 1. Practice regularly. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. Try to practice speaking English every day, even if it's just reading aloud or having a conversation with a friend. Number 2, focus on progress, not perfection. Everyone makes mistakes when learning something new. Instead of being so hard on yourself for misspeaking, recognise how far you've come and the progress you're making. Number 3, find a supportive community. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage you. Joining a group or community of learners can provide a safe space to practice and share experiences. Number 4, professional guidance. Consider investing in resources like the British Accent Bundle. It offers structured guidance to help you refine your accent and gain confidence in your speaking abilities. Remember, learning a new language and accent is a journey. It's okay to feel frustrated at times, but don't let those feelings hold you back from participating in class or engaging in social interactions. You have a lot to offer, and your voice deserves to be heard. If you ever need support or have specific concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help you on this journey. Section 4. What accent should I study? American English or British English? If English is a second language, then you may be considering learning to speak it with a specific accent rather than with your own native accent. Before you settle on either a US or a British accent, there are a few things you could consider. 1. Where do you live? If you're based in a European country, it may make more sense to learn the British accent. And if you live closer to the US, then an American accent may be more appropriate. Number 2, who is teaching you English? If your current English teacher is a native British English speaker, then you're more likely to learn to speak with a British accent. Likewise, if your teacher is from the States, then an American accent is what you will hear and learn from. Of course, you need not be limited by your current English teacher. You can seek out an online teacher in the accent you prefer. Number 3, where do you plan to study, work, or do business or travel to? Now, if you're leaning towards either the UK or the US, then this may influence your accent choices. And number 4, are you using accent as shorthand for the different cultural packages you're considering? American and British vary not only in accent, but spelling, vocab, slang, idioms, etc. If you're communicating more with a British audience, you may choose a British accent along with the rest of its cultural package. Whichever you choose, it's more important that your spoken English is clear and easily understandable. Enjoy learning whichever path you decide to go down. Section 5. Mastering the ish suffix, when and how to use it. So let's delve into a fun and versatile suffix in English. Ish. Understanding when and how to use ish can add a lot of nuance to your conversations and help you sound more fluent. The suffix ish is often used to mean approximately, somewhat, or like. It's a handy way to express that something is not exact, but close enough to be understood in context. So here's some examples of several ways that we can use ish in conversations. So, to indicate approximation, an example could be, let's meet at 7-ish, which means we'll meet at around 7 o'clock, not exactly at 7. Now remember, this sh sound at the end of 7-ish is soft and sibilant. This helps maintain clarity in RP pronunciation. Number 2, ish can describe something similar or related. So, for example, the dress is bluish. So, which means the dress is somewhat blue, but not exactly. Number 3, to indicate a degree or extent. So we could say, he's tallish, meaning he's somewhat tall, but not very tall. Or we can use ish to express uncertainty. So, for example, I'm feeling hungry-ish, so I'm somewhat hungry, but not that much. And number 5, to downplay or soften statements. So, for example, the movie was good-ish, the movie was okay, but not very good. So using ish is a subtle but effective way to communicate more naturally in English. Now remember to pay attention to the soft sh sound, ish, as it's crucial for clear and accurate RP pronunciation. And you can learn how to correctly pronounce the sh sound with my Week 9 Day 1 video in the RP British Accent Pronunciation course, which is available as part of the British Accent Bundle. Practice these examples in your daily conversations and you'll soon find that ish becomes a handy part of your vocabulary toolkit. If you have any questions or need more examples, then do feel free to reach out. So don't forget, you can get hold of my British Accent Bundle at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle and sign up for membership. Thanks ever so much for listening. Hopefully you'll have a fantastic rest of the week and weekend, and I shall catch you here next week. Take care. Bye for now.
Welcome to the Unlit Life. It's this place where you feel free, like enjoying a low-key get-together with friends instead of a wild night on the town style of free. When you can enjoy a moment with Blue Vapor just because. You know, the everyday doesn't have to feel so everyday. With Blue e-cigs, you can get stuff done and still have fun. And when we let ourselves get unlit, we start really living. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
It's time to gather loved ones together for all the holidays' best spread. Lynn's has great prices on all your favorite Thanksgiving items. From delicious turkey with all the fixings to mashed potatoes and yummy pies. We have everything you need to create your perfect Thanksgiving dinner. Whether it's cooking the traditional meal, completely store-bought, or a combination of both, your best holiday meal starts here. Learn more and start shopping today at lynsgrocery.com. Lynn's, where delicious begins.